After 2.5 months in Costa Rica with no problems, I definitely didn't think I was going to get stolen from on my very last day in Costa Rica. Today, I'm going to take you guys on a walk with me all around the city of San Jose, Costa Rica. We're going to head over to the walking street in the Central Market area, explore that part of town for a little while. Next, I'm going to take you to Savannah Park, my favorite place to go for a run in the city of San Jose. I've spent a little bit of time in San Jose now, but usually it's just one day at a time. I'll take a bus to get to San Jose, spend one night in a hostel, and then take a bus to some other part of Costa Rica the next day. I've been doing that for the last 2.5 months now, but this time is a little different. I've actually been here a couple days already because I had to get my COVID test before flying back to the US. All right, I'm just getting my COVID test right now in San Jose, Costa Rica at Clinica. I'll put the name right here. This is what the lobby wait looks like. You get it in the parking garage on the 6th floor. But anyway, today I'm going to attempt to walk all around the city of San Jose, show you guys what San Jose is really like, and most importantly, attempt to not get robbed. Let's start at the very beginning of the day. It was my last full day in Costa Rica. I woke up at the Selena Hostel in San Jose. I drank my coffee, ate a quick breakfast before starting my walk around the city for the day. San Jose is dangerous, they say. You'll get robbed in San Jose, they say. Today, we're gonna find out if that is true. This is my last full day in Costa Rica, so I'm in San Jose because I'm flying out of the international airport tomorrow morning. And let's just go explore San Jose today, see what we can find. There's definitely a lot of barbed wire all over the place, like this place, for example. But actually, I really like this house. This is pretty unique looking, isn't it? I love admiring the architecture of homes in other countries. I just love seeing homes that are built in a completely different way from how homes are built in the US. I literally have no idea where I'm going, so I'm just gonna follow this road over here that looks pretty colorful and cool. We're getting really close to Walking Street now. Okay, we are here. We got some nice music playing over there. All right, so right now I'm on Walking Street in San Jose, and you got to be pretty careful here. You want to stay in, you want to keep all your possessions on you real tight because this area is known for pickpockets. We're right by the Central Festival right here on the Walking Street. This was featured in my very first video when I first got here, my moving to Costa Rica video. But let's go check it out one more time because I really didn't explore too much of it that time. So let's go check it out. Central Market has lots of different types of items for sale. There's lots of knick-knacky type things. There's souvenirs for sale, but they also have food. There's restaurant style food, and then there's also seafood and bulk items and stuff like that you can take home to cook. Then all of a sudden it was time to leave because... Man, I just really can't get over like having to pay to use the bathroom everywhere. I don't like that at all. Not used to that in the US and just can't stand that. Let's go see what's down this street. That looks kind of, there's a lot of people down there. If you're ever in San Jose walking around and you see this sign, turn around. It gets sketchy down there. But surprisingly, this isn't even where I was stolen from. Okay, I'm definitely going back the other way. There's a lot of unsavory characters down here. There's like open prostitution right in front of the cops and a homeless guy that really smelled like shit, like horrible, like the worst smell I've ever smelled. So I'm heading back up to the little nicer part of this walking street here. Unfortunately, I did not get any footage of this sketchy part of town. I didn't even feel safe walking there, and I really didn't want to draw any more attention to myself, you know, a gringo walking around this sketchy part of town, by holding a camera out in front of me. All right, we're back over by Mercado Central Market or whatever it's called. Mercado Central. There's a lot less sketchy right here, but like just 2 blocks down, I think that was 2 blocks east of here, a lot sketchier. All right, next I want to take you guys to Savannah Park because I've spent a little bit of time here as a transit city since I've been in Costa Rica. You know, like I'll just end up here, spend one night here, and then take a bus to the next city. And I always go to this one park because it's the biggest park in San Jose, and it's really good for like running They actually have a track and stuff there. And actually, look at this church. This is a pretty nice church. But yeah, I'm gonna take you guys there. It's about a half-hour walk. I'm still not sure if I'm gonna walk the full way there or take an Uber to get there because I don't know how sketchy it's gonna be to walk there. But we're gonna start out trying to walk there, and I might end up hopping in an Uber. We will see. So here's an even nicer shot of that church. Look at this. It's got that big, beautiful door right there. See? And there's this nice park here, but unfortunately it's all shut down due to the situation. Got it all barricaded off right there. Those bikes like that with an engine on them are pretty common here. You see them around quite a bit, and they just like, they're always revved all the way to the max. They're just cruising around. Looks like a good time. Looks like we have a big cemetery up over here. Beautiful tombstones, mountains in the background. That would be one hell of a final resting place if you ask me. So my consensus on walking around San Jose is I'm having a pretty good time, but I would not recommend it unless you're a pretty seasoned traveler. Definitely not like a solo female walking around. It's kind of sketchy in points for sure. But if you just like, you know, you walk fucking fast and you stick your chest out, shoulders back, upright, walk really confidently, you'll be fine for the most part. I mean, don't take my word for it, but you know, use your own best judgment, but I feel fine here so far. That being said, I would definitely not recommend walking around too much on your own at night in San Jose, Costa Rica. I think that would be quite a bit more sketchy. I think this is like a classic car dealership. It kind of looks like to me. Well, some classic cars in there, and then work trucks, bunch of motorcycles. They really need to put in a sidewalk here. I'm having a hard time crossing this road, and I'm sure this guy really is too. Yeah, they need a sidewalk here. People deserve it. That's what you gotta do. So here we are in Parque La Savannah, which is on kind of like the western side of San Jose. This is the park I told you about earlier that I like to run in. We got a bunch of basketball courts over here. Over here, I'm usually here like right before sunset. Right before sunset, like when people are getting off of work, there's a whole bunch of like racing roller skaters that are over here. Man, this place is almost kind of eerie in the middle of the day. There's no one here. At night, there's at least like a ton of people around, you know? It almost feels safer when there's a lot of people around. Right now, there's just no one. This is Savannah Park, my favorite place to go for a run in the city of San Jose. So I'm gonna show you guys some B-roll of this park here and tell you the story about how I was actually stolen from on my very last day in Costa Rica. So I was actually stolen from at my hostel by my roommate. I had one roommate at my hostel in my 6-bed dorm room, just one roommate, and I always kept all my stuff locked up in lockers. But on the night before I was to fly home to the US, I took my stuff out of my locker and I had it in my backpacks right next to my bed. And I got up at like 4 in the morning because I had to leave for the airport really early, and this guy must have, when I was taking a 3-minute shower, he must have gone into my backpack, taken my GoPro, put a GoPro that was 4 years older without a memory card. I had an expensive memory card of mine too, big memory card. And he took my GoPro, replaced it with his own, and also took a $100 bill off of me. And this whole thing was a real bummer because I have never really been stolen from before, especially while traveling. And I spent over 600 nights living in hostels. I've lived abroad for years staying in hostels when I first started traveling. And I have, the most expensive thing that's ever been stolen from me was my shampoo. I had one person steal shampoo from me like 3 different times. I didn't even buy good stuff. She just kept stealing my shampoo. She was like a shampoo hoarder. That was weird, but that was in Australia. But besides the point, yeah, so it was a real bummer that, you know, I got my GoPro stolen, but that's how it goes sometimes. Things happen. You got to be careful with your possessions. And that's why it's always good to lock your stuff up when you're staying in hostels. Honestly, I'm just glad he didn't get my camera or my hard drives or my laptop or anything like that, or go for my passport. That would have been the worst. I hate to end my Costa Rica series on somewhat of a negative note here, but I don't want that to impact anyone's perception of Costa Rica. Costa Rica is an absolutely beautiful country. This is just one thing that happened to me, and it happened to be on my very last day in Costa Rica, so I thought I'd share it with you guys. But I definitely still recommend traveling Costa Rica. This is a beautiful country, and I cannot recommend it enough. All right, that's it for this one, guys. I will see you in the next one. Pura vida.